Alright guys, I've been sanding on this thing for about 9 days now, and I just got the roof where it looks presentable. It was a vinyl top roof and it was full of pits, so it took a lot of material to fill it in and a lot of sanding to get it flat. Let me give you a quick look. If it looks a little foggy in here, it's not the camera, it's dusty as all get out. It's like a cloud. Alright, let me show you around. This is going to be the last sand job on this. I've got one or two little places to do, and I finally got the roof looking, whoa, where we go, we're going for a ride. Looking real good. I had to give it a complete skim coat and then sand the skim coat. But it is really smooth now, and I think we're good to go. Oh, goodness gracious. What a job. What a job. Yep. All the pits are gone. It's I'm going to put one more coat of primer on it. Then I get to sand the primer. Oh, goody. But it's, you know, all there was a bunch of little places, and a couple places I've got to sand yet. I've got to do just a little more work around this window. But I think we're good to go. Once I get a couple of things done. Still got a lot of dust on it. Man, you could see how thick the dust is in here. You know? Put the stuff on and sand it off. And I got to paint a car in here. This car. In this room. And it's going to be a dust-free environment. I hope you're buying that, because it's not even hardly. It's going to look like I painted it in a snowstorm or something worse. But this is what I have, so I got to clean the snot out of the shop in order to do this. You can see the floors. I'm tracking. I'm completely white. And the floors are all white. Everything I got is covered with dust. Yeah, look at that. Just saturated with it. All my tools, everything. I can't even see out of my glasses hardly. But this is where we are. And I'm hoping once I get this thing in primer one more time, and I sand the primer, that she's going to be good for painting. And if I'm real lucky, I'll put this in primer today and keep a little heat in here tonight, and tomorrow I can sand the primer, and maybe the next day I can shoot it with some actually color. Now that's what I'd like to do. I might be pushing it a little bit, but I would rather try to get it done. You know, it's not a show car. She's just going to be a really nice car, though. I think my boss is going to be okay with it once we getting it look like a little more like a car. You know, put color on it and do some interior work and get the engine in it. And yeah, that's the engine right there. I've got to do some work on that and get this sucker out of here so I can put something else in here that's ugly, that needs a tremendous amount of work. That's about half this size. Because, man, these big cars, I tell you, I don't even know how I'm going to paint this thing. It's such a big car that I'm not sure. I've never painted something this big before, and it's a one-person job. It really needs to be two people. One person painting this side and one person painting this side. And you just paint together, you know. And that way you get less likely to get a bunch of dry places. But it's just me. So I am going to have to figure out a way to do it with real slow hardener or thinner, so the paint stays tacky a long time, which is going to be a problem because of the dirt. You know, if I move around too much in here, or even after I clean it or bump something, I'm going to have a dust storm, because you can't really clean this shop. You clean at it, but that's about the best you can do. Let's see, you know, it's just it's a lot of car to paint. No matter how you look at this thing, that's a lot of car. Where do you start, and how do you paint a car this big without a wet line? You know, without a dry line, or where the paint dries and you're trying to overlap it. So I'm going to have to experiment there and see just how it's going to work. I might wind up maybe painting the roof and trying to cut it in right around here. You know, at this line, getting the whole roof painted, and then after I do that, come around and then paint it from here down. I think maybe that would be the thing to do. It looks to me like that's the only thing I can do. So I'm going to try it and see just how it works. I just don't know. So, like I said, it's a mountain. You know, you can see how tall the car is from where I'm standing. That's how much more it's over my head. So you definitely got to get up on some scaffold to paint this guy. All right, so this doesn't need to be very long, and I don't need to be talking any because I'm thirsty as hell. Been eating dust for the last 3 hours. Until I start sanding the primer, or maybe putting some black on it, I'll see you all later. Bye.